Michael McDowell, Christopher Bell, and William Byron are the first three race winners of 2021. And I bet you, if I told you that stat line at the end of 2020, after Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin combined to win 16 races out of the entire season, which is damn near half the races run that year, or points races at least, I don't think anybody would have believed me except for the extremely diehard fans of those drivers. But here we are, and now this really, and as Fox has been saying with their commercials, this really does look like it's going to be the best season ever, because these surprise winners are just catching everybody off their feet. And it's almost been three first-time winners this year, as Tyler Reddick, he finished second after most of the race. He was running around sub-20th, as he was running the high line, the really high line. And it wasn't really just coming in until the sun set, and then he was really able to just rocket around the racetrack and make up a bunch of spots. From like 4 to go, he went from like 6th to 2nd. And I bet that with like a couple more laps to go, he probably would have passed William Byron for the lead. William Byron, he led like 100 laps today. I think he led the most laps out of anyone. If I recall correctly, it was William Byron leading the most laps, then Chris Buescher, then Brad Keselowski and Martin Truex Jr. Those are the top four guys in leading laps. Chris Buescher, he was actually looking very good up until about stage 2, which is when the race started to transition from a late afternoon to evening race to a night race, and his car just fell off after that, while other cars were starting to get better. So I guess that's just a product of setting up for the day, not really accounting for the night, which kind of sucks to see a Raj Fenway car finish 18th, but Ryan Newman, he finished 7th, which is the first top 10 he's gotten at a non-super speedway track, aka Talladega and Daytona, since 2019 at Homestead, coincidentally. Last year he got 2 top 10s at Daytona and Talladega, but other than that, he was pretty mediocre, and that's pretty understandable if you ask me, considering he almost died at the first race of the season. So I wasn't really expecting much from him after that, because you've seen a lot of drivers get injured and then they were never the same after that. But who knows? Maybe Ryan Newman will rebound in 2021. I don't know. Martin Truex Jr., he also had a pretty good race, considering this is the first intermediate track that NASCAR races at in 2021. And Martin Truex Jr. was up at the front battling for the lead. I thought he was going to win, to be honest, and then especially when there was a late race caution, and then stage 2, the ending, Denny Hamlin kind of blocked Truex Jr. and screwed them both out of a stage win. And Denny Hamlin, he was on track to finish in like the top 5, or not top 5, like low top 10, like 6th or 7th, I believe. He had a pit road speeding penalty, which is honestly the first time he's had one in a very long time. Like the last time I really remember him having one was 2019 Texas, the spring race. And Dan Hamlin has a pretty big reputation for speeding on pit road, and he kind of figured out how to not, how to set the car to cruise control until now. I guess he just forgot or something. I don't know. Brad Keselowski and the Penske cars in general, they really fell off after like about halfway through the race. Brad Keselowski, he led almost like 50 laps. Joe Logano led more than 10. But Ryan Blaney wasn't really anywhere this race. And Matt DiBenedetto, once again, he's finished like below 30th. That's just not a good look for the Wood brothers. 3 races into the season, and there's 3 surprise winners. They're really going to need to win if they want to have a chance at making the playoffs. And being that Matt DiBenedetto is also getting kicked out of the 2020, out of the 21 after 2021, he's really going to have to make a statement so that, he's in jobless next year. And with the way things are looking so far, it's not the brightest future for him. But I'm sure that he will rebound, as he's basically driving a Penske car every week. What else was there about that race? There was a lot of battling throughout the field, which was nice to see. Kurt Busch also was like on track for a top 5 again, until he had a loose left front tire, which sucked to see, but still he was running around the top 5 for most of the race. Kevin Harvick, he had a quiet race, but he's still finishing in the top 5. Once again, Kevin Harvick finishes in the top 10 this year. It's only him and Michael McDowell that have finished in the top 10 all 3 races this year, which if I also told you that stat line in 2020, I don't really think people would have believed that Michael McDowell would be finishing top 10 every race so far, but I mean, whatever. Cole Custer, he was also pretty damn good. The entire race, he was running top 5 towards the end of the race, and then I don't even remember what happened. I think he had to go to pit road for like some sort of tire-related issue, and he finished below 20th. And that's unfortunate to see Cole Custer having speed for once, and then he just ended up having an issue out of his control like 2 laps ago. But yeah. So takeaways from this race, the playoff picture is gonna really get intense going forward, and I fully expect the Daytona race in August to be an absolute shit show. The RCR cars are also pretty decent this race, as well as Roush Fenway. It looks like they might be finally getting their shit together, back on the, they're back on the rise again. But who knows? NASCAR is a sport that's incredibly hard to predict, and that's part of the reason why I love it. You just never know what's going to happen each race. And it's just something about it, man. Anyways, guys, that's about all I have to talk about for the race at Homestead in 2021. Thank you for watching. Take care.